So I have Deirdre's words, and if you'll bear with me. Today would be William Cabell Brand's 68th birthday, and boy, how he loved birthdays. He greeted birthdays as he greeted most things in life, with excitement, anticipation, and celebration. This is why my heart is so happy to know that you all are gathering in one of his favorite places to honor him and his birthday. I wish I could be there, but I already had a commitment and non-refundable tickets to go to LA in October to take care of my mother, but please know that I am with you in spirit. Speaking of spirit, in these last few weeks, I've felt moments where the energy of Bill was all around me. Perhaps he is penetrating my consciousness to say hello, or perhaps it's just a manifestation of the tussling memories in my mind. Regardless, the Bill I feel emanates health, strength, contentment, and the carefree, childlike spirit that refused to yield no matter what injustices were thrown his way. It was that essential goodness of Bill that was so refreshing and contagious, that inspired people to take up the good fight. I think it's still with us. I was always amazed at the pure, simple splendor of my husband, the man who was always excited to meet someone new. Even on his worst days, he would wander outside at 5 a.m. in search of other birds, early birds, human or animal, to commune with, eager for the unknown experiences the morning surely had in store for him. For Bill, every day was an opportunity to ride a great wave, to fight for the harbor, to get a park, to watch the sunset, and to meet a new friend. My tireless, optimistic, life-loving Bill, who every time we traveled to Mexico would wake up at the crack of dawn and swim all alone for miles down the Baja coast, reveling in his native habitat. In our last visit there, he continued the tradition of the crack of dawn swim, even though my heart was hurting about how limited he was at that point in time. In true Bill form, he enjoyed the swim as much as he always did. One of his favorite things was to teach the family that took care of the Baja property how to be one with the ocean and learn to swim. Despite my private thoughts that there was no way he could do that, having tried to teach my Irish mom to swim for about 30 years and knowing the fear many Mexicans have of the ocean, he succeeded. Mom, dad, and daughter learned how to swim in the sea for the first time in their lives, even though they lived walking distance from the ocean. Over time, the young daughter was snorkeling and paddleboarding like a pro. He was the same in Redondo Beach during his daily walks along the beach, jumping in the water to help teach a kid how to surf, joining his 93-year-old friend Bob on his daily swim when he could, and of course, talking to just about everyone he passed by. The ocean was his temple, and he always wanted others to join him at the altar. In fact, I'm having a surfing lesson today in his honor, as I still want to achieve his eternal wish that one day I could get up on a surfboard without looking like a kook. Although there is sorrow that we lost him too soon, it's good to remember that Bill was one of the happiest people I've ever known. The unlikely politician with that relatable, good-natured Jimmy Stewart magic, the American Airlines crew chief who loved his coworkers so much that he would draw a skull and crossbones on their Krispy Kreme donut boxes to remind them of their health. The protector of many of those same coworkers as he fought the good fight on their behalf. Bill was a husband, brother, uncle, colleague, activist, reluctant politician, and friend. Bill, the happy-go-lucky optimist who one day looked around at the town he loved and the plans to supersize the harbor and further pollute the ocean and the sea, shook his head and thought, well, that can't be right, and did something about it. Many of you were by his side through those long and hard-fought battles, and I hope you celebrate your courage and tenacity on this day, as we all owe you a debt of gratitude. One of my greatest comforts is that Bill's last official act before his passing was ceremoniously turning the off switch to the AES power plant, and the knowing that the mall would never be built. It also brought him great joy to witness the success of the South Bay Parkland Conservancy, an organization that brings the best of good people and good ideas together, an organization that strives to make the world more beautiful, more sustainable, with more open space for children and wildlife, for the very things that make us human. Both of us were so proud of SBPC, the great team, the great work, and the continuous success. It takes a village, as they say, and Bill had a great village. So happy birthday to a prince and a pauper, a generational leader and a surfer dude, an MBA and an everyman, a husband, a co-worker, a friend, a brother, a gift. He lived fully and fiercely, May his memory be held in our hearts and minds, and we continue the legacy of making things better for all people, not just the 2%. Someone needs to stand up for the critters as well, and SBPC is doing such a great job at giving them a chance. So much gratitude and love on this day. May our memories be a blessing.
Thank you, Amy.